Outdoor Living Concepts presents What's Cooking California? Brought to you by The Fireplace and Barkingham Pet Hotel. Featuring Chef Andrew Copley and Leonardo Curti, with special guest Melinda Lee.
Welcome to California.
Che profumo.
A little bit of S&P, a little bit of salt and pepper.
È buonissima.
You can stir it and whisk it and taste it and monkey with it and get it just right and have a wonderful time.
Let's see what's cooking today.
Today we've got a really good show. It's casual day. And I have a friend actually coming to join us. We thought, well, we've got a day off, midweek. Let's do some family style cooking. So let me introduce you to a good friend of mine, Chef Gabe Wu. So Gabe, thanks for coming over. And you've got a day off from, Sparrow's Lodge now. How long have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there for 5 years.
5 years?
5 great years, yes.
Wow.
Doing actually these family style meals. So I'm gonna start off with the butternut squash soup. And I'm gonna make a steamed Yukon Gold. These are petite potatoes here with a little brown butter and lemon juice and parsley, nice and simple.
Oh, good one. I'm gonna do a roasted chicken. Sounds easy, but we're gonna make it a little bit more interesting with a chimichurri. And then I'm gonna do some cauliflower steaks. So why don't we get started?
All right,
so what
we're
you
gonna
got?
start off with this butternut squash here. I like to break it down so it's easy for me to peel it. So I cut it right down where the base kind of ends and then it straightens out. That way there's stability there so I can peel it. I cut off the top there and then I just start going down.
Yeah. Yeah, I always find these really difficult to peel. So even though you might lose a little on the meat side, it's much easier to use a knife.
So I'll just break these this butternut squash into nice even pieces. This, since it has the seeds inside, it is a little bit thinner and not so even in shape, so it will cook a lot faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna cut it in half. And you have all this seed here.
These are pepita seeds. You dry them out, you can roast them, toast them, add salt, and make your homemade pepita seeds.
And now we're gonna start the soup. So I've got my oil in here. I got the flame at about a low to medium heat. And I'm gonna start by adding the onion. And that's how you know it's ready. You want a little sound in there, a little sizzle. We're gonna add the shallots. And then we're gonna add our secret ingredients here. It's just plain garlic, so 1 teaspoon equals 1 medium clove on this paste. And the ginger is equal parts, so 1 tablespoon equals 1 tablespoon of grated ginger or minced ginger. We're gonna add a little salt. Remember, season as you go, very important. All right, this smells really good. And now you're not looking for color here, you're just looking to sweat it out a little bit. And now I'm gonna add a little red chili flake because I like a little heat in the soup. And a couple of cinnamon sticks here for aroma. And it just goes really well with the butternut squash. And you wanna get that a little toasted.
I can smell that already. Yeah, smells good.
Now we're gonna add the butternut squash that I've peeled, and I'm also adding about a cup of this potato. I like to add potato into the butternut squash soup to give it the right viscosity that soup needs. A little salt. And get that butternut squash and potato coated with that nice now flavorful aromatic oil that we've created. This is nice organic, like fresh pressed juice. And we're gonna add that in and top it off with a nice vegetable broth here.
So again, it's vegetarian, right?
You never know, you're gonna have your vegan friends over. Everyone's trying new things, so we're gonna cover that up and let that cook about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it's soft and tender, then we're gonna blend it up.
You can almost taste the excitement. You can almost taste the anticipation. And very soon, you will be able to taste all the new WHATS wines. Launching April 2020. WHATS Wine. Watch us grow at whartsandwine.com.
Welcome to Barkingham Pet Hotel, California. We are a 5-star luxury real hotel for dogs. Your dog will be treated like California royalty. We have an indoor, outdoor facility. Everything in the building is a California theme. California Dreaming Pet Boutique, California Grooming. Your dog can come to us for a whole spa day. California Dreamin' Pet Art, a pet art photography studio. California Paws Rescue. We have a certified dog trainer who offers behavior training and agility training. Our large luxury suites have king-size beds. We also have the Intercontinental for cat boarding. We've got about 22,000 square feet for your dog to have a wonderful time and a wonderful vacation stay. Doesn't your best friend deserve the best? California Paws Rescue is a 501c3 nonprofit. It is part of Barkingham Pet Hotel. If you're looking for a loving dog to rescue and to give a home to, please visit California Paws Rescue website.
Nobody says outdoor entertaining better than Outdoor Living Concepts. Transform your backyard into the ultimate barbecue and entertainment experience. From professional barbecue equipment, outdoor kitchens, to custom-built fireplaces, fire tables, and fire pits. Outdoor Living Concepts, your exclusive dealer for jacuzzi brand spas. From rustic to modern, we can customize your backyard into the ultimate in backyard fun. Visit our contractor wholesale design showroom open to the public in Palm Desert. Let Outdoor Living Concepts make your outdoors the great outdoors.
So for you guys at home, I'm going to explain. Yes, it's a chicken. And you know, I don't know about you, but when we do recipes and when we do menus, chicken's always a hard one because you can buy a roast chicken in the store. Right. What I like to do with this one is, first of all, I brine it. It's submerging the bird in water, and the water is flavored with salt and sugar. And what does it do? It tenderizes the bird. And for a 3.5-pound bird, which is what this is, I brine this just overnight. I add a few different little spices to it, like Szechuan peppercorns and cinnamon sticks, like what Gabe did in the soup. And then all I do is I take those little Ziploc bags, they're like a gallon bag, and I submerge it in there. But when we're ready to cook, I basically discard the brine because obviously it's got the raw chicken in there. So we discard the brine down our sink, and then I just give the bird a little bit of a wash. And the reason why I'm washing the bird is to get that saltiness off the actual bird. Basically, we tie the chickens to keep them in a nice shape. Now, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. Some of it looks like origami. Yeah. But at home, all you need to do is just take some butcher's twine, and you can buy this in the stores. It comes in like a little packet like this. And basically, I wrap the chicken, and I get the legs together, and I cross them. And that way, it just keeps the bird from, as it cooks and relaxes in the oven, it doesn't fall out of shape, basically. Because I've used all that fancy brine, I don't really need to do much with this. So all I do with this one is pretty much olive oil it. I could sometimes use a little bit butter as well, little knobs of butter to baste it and get a nice brown skin. And then it's just a case of salt, pepper. I'm using fresh garlic, but I'm just gonna smash it. I'm not even going to peel it because it's just gonna add some aroma to the chicken. I'll put one inside the chicken and just pop the rest around. And basically, you don't need anything fancy, just a temperature gauge we can insert later. And I usually go in the fat side of the chicken, which is the area which takes the longest to cook. And it's usually the thickest part of the breast. So my oven's set at 325. It's going up to 350. I just opened it before. So I'm just gonna pop it on the middle shelf. I don't need to cover the chicken because I want to get that nice crispy skin on it too. So I'm going to set that, and then I'm going to check my internal temperature to about 165, and hopefully it'll carry through to 170. It takes about an hour, but we'll check.
So here we have just half a pound of butter, and I'm going to show you how to make brown butter. Start the flame again at about a medium low, and this is the best part. You just set it and kind of forget it. You can smell it, so you want to come over here and every 5 minutes or so, come and take a nice little smell, take a look at it. You'll see brown bits start to form, and the smell is just amazing. You're gonna love that. And the potatoes I have here, these are golden potatoes. They're a little mealy, waxy.
Yeah.
And I like to steam potatoes because I feel like when you put almost anything in water and you boil it, some of the inside flavor comes out of it, and it's in your water.
The flavor profile changes, and you can boil away the vitamins.
True.
And yeah.
Yeah. So I like to steam
Yeah.
until they're nice and tender. That's going to take about 15 to 30 minutes as well.
Yeah.
So that's going. Meanwhile, we have our butter here.
Oh yeah,
it's
now
nice and simple. Now you can see it bubbling up here.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. We're ready here. You can smell that, right, Chef?
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking for. You give it a nice little swirl. You can see the little solids down there caramelized. It just smells like caramel. It's delicious. So we're gonna turn it off and just put it to the side there. You don't want it cooking any longer. That's perfect where it is.
Leonardo Ristorante is proud to present closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
Welcome to Desert Outreach Synagogue, the voice of the valley. A place called home to anyone who needs one. A place of incredible music, community, conversation, and connection.
Desert Outreach Synagogue is a place for everyone.
Come join us. You already belong.
Hi, I'm Jan, the Gadget Gal, and welcome to Kitchen Kitchen. We have everything for your kitchen. Items you won't find anywhere else. Quality cookware, gourmet coffee, specialty foods, and walls full of those unique, hard-to-find gadgets. Be sure to check out our cooking classes and our private events with custom-designed menus. Come on in and see what's cooking at Kitchen Kitchen on the corner of Cook Street and Highway 111, Indian Wells. That's Kitchen Kitchen for the chef in you.
Hi, I'm Robin Ford. Thinking about selling your home? We have the newest innovation in selling, fast track marketing, custom designed just for you. By using it, your home could be sold while your neighbor still sits on the market. If you're looking for a home, we have many great ones to show you. So for a smooth transaction, call 760-219-0655.
For you guys at home, the most underrated vegetable. I love cauliflower, and it's going through a really big craze right now. So we all jump on that one and try and get creative with it. I've done this with miso, I've done it with a lot of different ways, but for at home, I like to keep it really simple. So it's just a medium-sized cauliflower, and this will feed anything up to 8 people, depending on how much you eat. To get started, I kind of pull off all these green leaves. I know, I've got to get back to the gym. And that just helps me get my knife then into the main root or the crown of the cauliflower. So then I'm just going to cut like that. But I'm actually going to leave the root in and just peel some of this greenery off again. So I need that. And there's a reason why I need that, because when I cut the steak and I get closer to the middle of the cauliflower as I cut these steaks, that helps it hold together. I kind of look at the cauliflower downwards and think of it like a New York steak or a ribeye. That's the visual. So I like it like a thick steak. It does take a little longer in the oven, but I do it about 3/4 of an inch, and I go down like this with the knife, and that way I get a nice flat area for it to roast and a nice thickness. And I keep going. I generally use my hand on this side, and you can see as it may fall apart, but look, we get into the middle part now, and with that middle part, that's where it holds together. That's the perfect steak. And then I go down there again. And again, because I'm going to add some more flavor to this, you don't really have to be overcomplicated with this. So basically, it's just, I do a little bit of olive oil. I'll put a little bit on the bottom here. just so it doesn't stick to the aluminium foil. Rub it like this, put my cauliflower on, a little bit more olive oil on top, and then it's just salt and pepper. Now, once this is cooked in the oven, I'm just gonna roast it. It's gonna at the side of the chicken, actually. And then what I'm gonna do from there is put together my almonds, my golden raisins, and finish it with a little pepita seeds, which were the seeds that Gabe used in his squash soup. With the oven already set at 350, I'm gonna leave it at 350. And these take about anything from maybe 15 minutes. It will all depend on the thickness you cook. Trial and error a little bit, but if you gauge it around 15 minutes, you'll be fine. All right, so I've got my cauliflower in, chicken's nearly ready. I'm gonna make a very basic chimichurri, and there's a lot of different ways you can make this. There's 100 recipes online, and it's real simple, super simple. So I'm gonna use a little bit of raw garlic. So I've minced the garlic. I'm gonna use a little bit of shallots, just like what he did for his soup, because these are a mild sweet onion. Vinegar for acidity, and I'm using red wine vinegar. I'm not gonna go too heavy on it. And then part of my acidity is using some fresh orange juice and some fresh lemon juice. I enhance it with a little bit of lemon oil, and you can get these at the store too. So again, a little bit of olive oil in there, and now I've got this super lemony garlic.
Smell it all the way here, it's delicious.
And then I finish it with my lots of chopped parsley. And then lots of cilantro. And that's a really nice chimichurri. As I bring it up, you'll find that the parsley now is gonna soak up that oil. And it's gonna soak up all the juice. That's what you're looking for. What I generally do is I leave it for about 2 or 3 minutes just so it absorbs. And then finally, once I've given it a few minutes, I go with a little bit more oil. And then there's one more ingredient, which I'm actually getting really attracted to now. I've started using it as a mixture with cilantro and basil, but now I'm using it independently. And I finish it with a little bit of mint. It just adds that pop. You think, what, you're gonna put mint with chicken? But no, it really works. So I'm just gonna chop a little bit of mint. So a little bit of mint. And I finish that up. I'm not gonna chop it fine. I want them to taste it. And you can see it now all being absorbed. And now I'm gonna add the rest of my oil. And I would generally let this sit for about an hour, okay? And that'll give me all the flavors I want. I'll season it up. Now, I'm not going heavy on the pepper for one simple reason. Why? Because I'm adding some chili flakes. So pepper and chili, that's added heat. So I go a little easy.
And it looks beautiful in there, the little red pepper flakes.
Yeah. Now, again, these can be done with a lot more oil or less oil. I don't like to use too much because otherwise it gets a little oily all over the actual plate of your food. So I just give enough where I've got that much on it. And if I want to add a little bit more in an hour, then I will, because as I said, the herbs will actually soak it up. So the chimichurri is done, and I'm not going to make the brown butter like what Chef Gabe did. What I'm going to do is just melt this butter. And all I'm going to do is just kind of hydrate these a little bit. These are golden raisins, and this is going to be my garnish for my roasted cauliflower. So I'm just going to hydrate the golden raisins, and then I have some whole roasted almonds. You can use slithers, you could use those little flakes, but I like the whole ones just because it gives it that nice bigger flavor profile and more of a crunch. And again, I'm literally just hydrating both of these a little just to give them some flavor. These are going to go over the actual cauliflower, and then to finish with, I've got my pepita seeds. So again, I'm going to add them too. Give them a shake. Just get my flavor profile set, and that goes at the side of Gabe's brown butter. And I think we're nearly ready for plating this dinner now.
All right, I'm gonna check on my soup here. Everything looks right and smells delicious. I think it's time to blend.
Yeah.
Are you ready to plate?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm pretty much ready to go. Chicken's ready. I'm going to test it just before you do your soup, and I'll do the chicken, and then we're ready to go.
Perfect.
Jose Ramon, Landscape Design and Maintenance. Call Jose Roman, 760-619-6033.
Folded Hills is about sharing what we have. The way we make the wine is a very hands-off policy with as little intervention as possible. The grapes are all grown organically.
I come from the beer world. We really listened to this land and we chose the grown varietals because this is what this land and this place calls for.
We have weak Wi-Fi but strong connections.
A great place to unplug.
Is your old fireplace ready for an upgrade? Want to add a built-in barbecue to your backyard or a contemporary outdoor fire table for those cool desert nights? The Fireplace is the desert's barbecue and fire feature leader. We have everything you need to reinvent your indoor and outdoor living space, including custom doors for your fireplace, custom fire sculptures, contemporary tool sets, gas logs, mantles, screens, fire tables, fire pits, and more. Come visit the Fireplace on Highway 111 in Palm Desert and let's spark up a conversation.
You can almost taste the excitement. You can almost taste the anticipation. And very soon, you will be able to taste all the new Warson wines. Launching April 2020. Warson Wine. Watch us grow at warsonwine.com.
The soup is ready. It's time to blend. So we have our blender here, nice little ladle. We're gonna scoop it up, a nice even amount of liquid to solid, and blend. So I like to strain it and save those little bits that stay in there, the pulp. Yes, so you can, if you're not happy with the consistency at the end, you can add a little pulp. So we're gonna turn it on nice and slow. All right, let's give that a strain. Look at that, that's good consistency. Nice. Okay, so now we're gonna play with it a little, with balancing the flavors.
Oh yeah.
It's almost dead on.
Yeah.
So I will add a little bit of salt.
I can taste the chilies as well.
The chilies came through.
Yeah, that's good.
So this is champagne vinegar. So you're gonna be very careful. You can always add, but you can't take away. So go little by little.
See now now you get the vinegar in that. Now you got this kind of like finish to it. It's a sharp finish.
Right, some more flavors coming out. The orange is now coming out. I think it's good.
Yeah, it's ready. Okay.
It's ready to go. All right, so we have the soup ready. Now I'm just gonna finish up the potatoes.
Okay.
So they've been steamed. They're nice and tender, as you can see. It's nice and hot. All right, so I'm gonna give them a light little smash first before adding anything. All right, so we're gonna do salt. And we have our brown butter that we made earlier. Mm-hmm. Some people will strain this out, but I think that's all flavor.
That's part of the caramelization process.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
Tastes great. So we're gonna give that a stir before putting it in here.
Okay.
And this is lemon juice and zest together. I'm gonna also give that a little stir. You want to stir until it starts to come together and there's not a bunch of liquid in the bottom. The more you smash, the more you get that butter in there and the lemon juice. It doesn't have to be perfectly smashed. That's kind of the beauty of this dish.
That's fine. Good. Yeah.
Now we're just gonna finish it off with a little freshness. A little flat leaf parsley. All right. I can almost taste dinner now. And there you go.
All right.
All right, there's our potatoes.
Okay, I'm gonna get my chicken. I'll get the cauliflower out and we have our platter ready to go. Remember we talked about the chicken and testing the temperature being at the thickest part of the chicken, which is at this side of the breast. So it's just a normal household temperature gauge and I'm looking for that 165, which I have. Remember we actually tied up the legs and you can see why now. You see how nice and presented the bird is? We cut off those wings. We have our garlic, cauliflower, as you can see, nice and roasted. And by keeping that center part in, your steaks look awesome. So we're going to platter it all up right now. So let's put the chicken up. We got that one. I'm going to put my cauliflower on here. And then at the end, I'll start to garnish everything. And here's the beautiful golden raisins, pepita seeds, almonds. And then finally this chimichurri, which nobody expects on a roasted chicken. Unless you go to the restaurant, because I do this. And I like to just put it all over the top and let that soak through.
I've made some fried shallots here. You can also use the store-bought fried onions that you would use for like a green bean casserole. So you have these here. We're just gonna put a nice little, for a little crunch and add it.
Yeah. Wow, this looks great. This looks like a nice lunch. Well, thank you for staying with us for the show. Thank you, Gabe, for coming around my house. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, always.
And we'll see you again soon. Thank you. And now a moment with Melinda Lee.
Party supplies are mostly that you need an unending supply of cocktail napkins, no matter what, because people go through them like Kleenex. And the other thing is that you need to have enough glasses. There is just nothing like stopping in the middle of a party to wash glasses. You need 1.5 glasses per person if they're regular glass glasses, twice that, 3 glasses per person if they're disposable glasses. Also, you need 1 pound of ice for each person that you're serving, plus you need ice if you're going to chill down drinks or whatever, and you need ice to put in the drinks, which is clean ice and hasn't had a bottle nestling in it before that. The best single thing I could tell you is to take your time, again, before the party is ever happening, to make a good task list for yourself, even for the day before or 2 days before and so on. Write down everything you want to do, from setting the table to making sure you have enough candles, to every single task that is in a recipe. And then put them not in the order of the recipe, for example, but in the order they need to be done. Maybe it's the day before that you're going to make the muffins that you will only have to reheat. Or you can do some peeling or chopping or things like that the day before. And then you have the day of, and it's all the way from the thing you do first in the morning, the thing that has to set up with gelatin or mousse, you know, something like that, all the way down to setting up the coffee maker. And you can put glasses on the table and fill them 3/4 with water if it's a sit down, and then all you have to do is put ice in the glass at the last minute. There are all kinds of clever things you can do, and you can put little Post-it notes in the different dishes that you're going to fill so that you know what's for what. You'll have a good time. Enjoy.
Go to whatscookingcalifornia.com for featured recipes.